Hi, thanks for joining me on today's high velocity business growth as an introvert without losing your authentic self. That's critical. Recently I was working with a client of mine who is thinking about launching her own business. And I have to tell you, the idea was brilliant. I was like on board with the idea. And I really thought she had a bright future in front of her and a successful one as well. And then she made this comment that a lot of people have made to me. She said in a very kind of down, disappointed tone, "But I don't think I can do it because, I'm an introvert. And I, just don't think I have the skills to launch a business." Well, I gotta tell you, that client of mine was listening to false lies. It's falsehood. There's no fact involved in it at all. In reality, there are a zillion prominent past and current introverts who are running hugely successful companies, small businesses that are successful, and doing really well for themselves. As a matter of fact, there's research that finds that it doesn't matter, extrovert or introvert. You can be a leader. You can run your company. And I know that for a fact because I'm an introvert. I know. You're probably putting your thinking cap on and going, no, she's not telling us the truth. The reality is that I get renewed in silence, in quiet, on my own, and that's where I get the energy to do these kinds of things. The truth is that I don't like to be in large crowds of people. Can I relate to people? Is that one of my strengths? Absolutely. Do I do well in crowds? Yes. If I'm out there as a role of a speaker and looking individually at one person, yes, I'm a successful speaker. Am I able to listen and hear people's interests and problems? Yes, that's one of the strengths that I bring to the table. Do I have creative thought that's different than other people's thoughts? Absolutely. That's one of the bedrocks of what my business stands for. You see, what I'm trying to tell you is that we all have a bunch of other strengths that are wired in and that encompass that label introvert, that can lead to our success if we lean into those strengths and don't collapse ourselves just because we think we can't do it as an introvert. So I want you to think about yourself. Take a pause and say to yourself, hey, what do I have? What do I bring to the table other than my introvert? Are you someone who's really powerful at putting programs and projects together with detail? Are you someone who's a phenomenal listener? Are you someone who can create things that no one has ever thought of before? Are you someone who comes up with rock solid products that meet current needs? Those are all strengths that you can lean into. And I want you to know that you can be successful utilizing those abilities and natural strengths that you have. The reality is this world needs who you are, or you never would have been created and born into this world. The truth is your customers need who you are, or you'd never be born into this world. So I want you to understand that creating a business that's based upon the foundation of the truth of who you are, and not a pretend of who you are, and not being something that you never could have been and never were created to be, is actually what's going to lead to a fulfilling and profitable and successful business for you. You hear that? It's standing on your authentic self. Because there's something about being authentic that draws people to us and also draws business to us. So you really want to do a search and explore and understand, who is the authentic me? What was I created to bring to the table? I know that this sounds like I'm just talking one way, but I really want it to be a two-way street. Did you hear what I said about introvert? Does it have you thinking a bit differently? Are you an introvert, and have you created some successful mechanisms that's produced success for you? Now, let's take a pause for a minute, because some of you introverts, like I, am a deeply thoughtful person, and it isn't just a couple of little quicks that get me involved in belief. So pause, close your eyes for a second, and think about what I'm about to talk to you about. So think about Bill Gates, one of the founders of Microsoft, an introvert. Not a bad possibility as an introvert to stand inside that belief and determine what you could be. It may not be as big as Microsoft, but it certainly is going to be bigger than it would be if you didn't believe in yourself as an introvert. How about Larry Page? You know, along with his buddy Sergey, who was a grad school friend of his, they created only Google. Google. Or what about some other people out there? Mark Zuckerman, who is noted for being an introvert, Facebook. Or what about Warren Buffett? You know, the guy that speaks investment and the whole world listens because he's made so much money for everyone. I want you to understand that our world needs both introvert and extrovert. And the more confident you become in who you are and the uniqueness of you and the giftedness of you and what you're here to bring the world, the more successful you'll be as an introvert, being in integrity with yourself. So that's the watchword. If you really want a high velocity business growth as an introvert and you want to be authentic, stand on the foundation and dig deep and lean in to those qualities and abilities you've been given that are going to create a successful business for you, just like I did, and just like so many other people out there have done. Thanks so much, and don't forget, leave comments. Did this shift your thinking any? Do you have any other secrets you want to share with the community so that we all learn from one another? Thanks so much, and much success to you, always.